All right, so this week has been kind of truck week for us at Winding Road, and I wanted to kind of wrap up our thoughts on this Titan and the Tundra that we've been testing. Charlie spent a significant amount of time in both these trucks. I've really only spent a few hours because I was traveling this week. But yeah, curious to get some of his thoughts and educated opinions on what this has been like to live with. This is a pre-production truck, and it's had a few little weird flaws and issues, but overall it's been pretty good. We've got this very nice V8.
Very compact in here.
Yeah, and it's set pretty far back behind the front axle.
Good luck doing plugs.
Yeah, right?
Beefy though. Everything's...
It is beefy. 400 horsepower.
Yeah. I like the sound of this motor.
It does
doesn't
sound
have the
good.
exhaust note
Yeah.
that some of the other trucks do, but the engine itself actually just sounds genuinely good.
It has good induction.
Yeah.
I also like the looks of this truck. I think it looks proper. I know you don't like this sandy paint color, but the proportions, the design, the use of plastic cladding and the lettering, it's kind of a classic
I think
design.
It's a handsome truck. And
it does look good.
That's almost why I don't like the color, is it hides its lines a little bit. I think I really like the design of the back. It's gonna be hard to see in the lighting here, but I think the taillights are really cool.
Oh yeah.
And I just and kind of the way they did this plastic element and stuff. It's
Yeah, it visually kind of shrinks the size of this thing a little bit, which is cool.
Yeah, even though this
You
isn't
even
much
get a little
smaller
step
than
down here.
than any of the other full-size trucks, it kind of its footprint just seems.
Yeah.
Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing for you.
Let's take it for a drive. And these are both, the Tundra and the Titan both have 5-foot beds, right?
5.5.
5.5, okay.
The back seat in this Titan is awesome. There are 4 cup holders, just like these style, good style when you pull that down, and then some in the door. And the seats are comfortable, although their recline is a little bit too upright. But then you got 2 USB ports as well, plus a 120 volt.
Yeah, this is
a lot of thought going into this cabin.
It's a super comfortable truck to drive.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the interior. Everything feels really high quality, except for this shifter. I mentioned that in my review. Just the gear selector it sounds chunky, it feels clunky.
Which is unfortunate because you have to touch it.
Yeah.
It's not like if heated seat controls were cheap, it'd be like, okay.
No, it's something you use every drive.
You don't want these on for a drive, do you?
Yeah, we'll turn them off.
The screen is really great in this truck. It's
It
responsive,
is.
It's high quality.
Really nice
good
black
resolution.
levels.
Yep.
I like the weight of the steering, and I like the driving dynamics of this Titan. The more I drove it, though, the more I kind of realized there were some shortcomings in the transmission programming, and it can be a little bit jerky sometimes, but I don't think it's a deal breaker, and it could be a pre-production thing where they're going to iron out some of the tuning eventually. But I do overall, I had really good first impressions on this Titan. What were your thoughts after putting hundreds of miles on this thing and kind of spending some more time with it? Because initially I really liked it.
Yeah. Comfort, really good. Big squishy armrests. You can, not only are they like squishy to the initial touch, but you kind of push down and it's like squishy for days.
Yeah.
And so that was good. I didn't end up getting advertised fuel economy. I averaged about 74, 75 miles per hour on the highway.
Okay.
For about 250 miles and got 17.4 miles to the gallon.
Okay.
EPA is 21.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's EPA specifically for the Pro-4X though. So maybe the little bit of lift and the tires diminish that.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that does make a pretty big difference.
Yep, it does. The center tracking is really good with kind of the heavier steering in this truck. It sort of just stays on for steering, and you don't really need to be fighting it back and forth or anything.
Yeah, this
like that.
steering is great. On center, it's got great feel and weight, and it's good truck steering. I kind of like how fast the transmission shifts in this. It sometimes will downshift a little bit more than you need, but I don't know. I don't have a ton of complaints about this transmission. Occasionally it gives you like a weird harsh shift off a 90-degree T junction, when you're going from a start. But
my experience was just a 95% success rate. Say only 5% of every 100 of your shifts. Sorry, not 5%. Only 5 of your 100 shifts are bad shifts.
Sure.
Compare that to maybe like a ZF8 speed or like the tried and true 6-speed in the Toyota or something like that. That's like 100 for 100 or 99%.
Yeah.
And that, like, there's just very little room for error, I think, when it comes to something as important and as sensitive as your transmission shifts. So even if it's almost always good, if it fumbles a few times, it bothers you.
Sure, of course.
We
were talking about this earlier in your video, and I think this Titan feels a little bit smaller on the road than the Tundra, and it's really easily placeable. The visibility is great. I don't feel like I'm driving this massive truck that I have to really be aware of what's around me, and I don't feel like I'm going to run everything over in this thing, whereas in the Tundra, I have to be really careful of where I place it because I feel like I'm as wide as the lane and I'm just taller than everyone.
Yep. Well, here's the thing. We have the Titan and the Tundra, and when I found out I needed to make a 2-hour drive last night, a 4-hour round trip, I was glad that I had the Titan rather than the Tundra.
Yeah.
I love the Tundra, don't get me wrong. But just the idea,
so big.
It's so big,
massive.
and it's just, I knew I would have been getting even worse fuel economy, and the Titan's Tundra rides surprisingly well and is very quiet, but I knew that this had a better chance of being just kind of like a comfortable, sort of forgettable, not really have to worry about a good interior experience.
Yeah.
And it was. I mean, it brings up kind of a weird situation of, if you're getting an off-road sort of like aggressive version of a truck, whether that be a TRD Pro, Pro-4X, Rebel, Trail Boss, anything, like, you probably want your vehicle to be a little bit like maybe not quite as far as ostentatious, but like a little showy, a little bit over the top.
Sure.
And this Pro-4X isn't quite so much compared to some of the other ones.
It's pretty reserved.
It's reserved,
and it falls in the middle of all of the offerings, kind of from a driving perspective, from a features perspective, from a looks point of view. And maybe some buyers will like that. Some people will want to go full extreme with a Raptor. Some people will want to go a little bit more conservative with the Tundra. Like this is a nice middle ground.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it allows someone who doesn't want to go like full Tonka truck ridiculousness of some of those other offerings, and they just like the Nissan. They drive by and they say that's a sharp looking truck. You can 100% support the buy of this.
Yeah, it's interesting comparing these two because they are different beasts. I feel like when the Tundra is refreshed, it'll be a little bit more like this Titan in terms of like the infotainment and the usability and just the kind of the freshness that Toyota's going to inject into their updated Tundra. So we'll see. I mean, this Titan is how new is this?
This is refreshed for 2020. I think the Titan itself came out in either 16 or 17. I think the XD beat it by a year.
So this is like 7 years newer than the Tundra.
Yep.
I used to really like the F-150. And the F-150 is a great truck too, and the Raptor's amazing.
Well, and the F-150's due for a total redesign.
Absolutely.
That'll be out this year as well. It'll be awesome to see F-150 versus Tundra, and they're both new this year.
The thing is it's a varied and competitive space, and there's something for everyone.
Exactly.
And I just tend to prefer the Toyota simplicity, the Toyota reliability. This is a nice kind of in between here.
Yep.
Not the most popular offering in the segment. I mean, this is probably the lowest selling truck.
Yeah, I think the Frontier might even outsell this.
Okay. Yeah.
But it takes a long time to build that clientele and to build. I mean, people buy trucks so much more out of emotion than I think a lot of other vehicles.
Totally.
They just I want this truck.
Yeah. And it makes you feel cool.
Yeah, and so Nissan, I mean, it takes decades to get to that point.
Let's take the Tundra out here and Boy, look at this light cutoff here.
No, I will say the headlights in this truck are phenomenal.
Yeah, the Titan
They're
has excellent
so
headlights.
good, especially the
good.
brights.
Yep.
They come in and they're wide, they're long, they're bright. Some of the best headlights I've
That's
had.
nice. You don't need a crazy light bar.
No, you don't.
For your
You don't
Titan.
put them on there, but you don't.
Yeah, this TRD Pro is just, it's a little bit lovable. It's a little bit classic. I mean, you know, there's two perspectives. You can say it's super outdated, old, and you know, needs a refresh. And it probably does, but also at the same time, this is your last chance to kind of get an old school, simple truck, brand new with a warranty. So, you know.
You could say the 911 is outdated and old and a stale design too, but you'd be wrong.
Yeah.
So,
let's take it for a drive.
all right.
I do like how Toyota has made little tiny changes to this Tundra over the years. You know, like from the heated seat buttons, moving those to a more accessible place, to adding USB ports, little bits of technology like Apple CarPlay and radar guided cruise control. Even though it's not the most updated form of those technologies that Toyota offers, it works well and you know, gives people a little bit of an incentive to get a Tundra new, but you know, definitely nowhere near what they're going to be offering in the updated one in a couple of years.
Although, if you're a fan of just that good solid V8, no technology inside of it, anything like that, you might not be able to get that in the new Tundra.
No, it probably won't be a V8 anymore.
I know they are going to offer a 3.5 liter V6 turbocharged twin turbo, but I hope they still have the V8 as an option.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the hardcore towers, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see.
I think Ford's done a nice job at that. It's still offering the V8, even though their EcoBoost is what they're trying to push.
Yeah.
They know they'd alienate people getting rid of that V8.
No, that's true. They may offer the V8 in this and the Land Cruiser as like the hardcore off-roader.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I will say it sounds phenomenal. It's one of my favorite things about this truck is just the noise it makes.
Oh yeah.
It's half American muscle, half just Japanese NASCAR, you know?
Yep.
It's fantastic. There's so much more body roll in this than the Titan. The steering is lighter, but you know, they still get around corners about the same. They're both trucks, they handle like trucks. Dynamically, they're both very good on the road. I think this Tundra really wins the ride quality game. Like you hit some rough pavement on a back road or on a dirt road, you get into washboarding situations. These Fox shocks absorb everything. It's amazing. It's pretty good suspension tech.
It's amazing that it can be so compliant on road and soak up the little bumps on road, but also the bumps and whatever you're doing off road.
Yeah.
I will say the Nissan is a little bit better at the slow speed, kind of just like undulation sort of absorption bumps.
Sure.
But as soon as you get over maybe 5-10 miles per hour, the Titan chassis kind of gets a little unsettled, whereas this is never out of sorts.
Yep.
You're always confident with it.
Yeah, I mean, that's just down to a quality set of dampers.
Yep.
You know, really, they put a lot of, these are not cheap.
Mm-mm. So, does the lightness of the steering bother you at speed, or do you like it? Because it just
really.
came out of the much heavier steering Titan. Which one do you prefer?
I think it would bother me a little bit on the highway on long trips, in that it's a little bit easy to wonder.
There's a good amount of play, like off-center.
Yeah, I've noticed in this truck that if I'm not paying attention for a second, I'm off into another lane.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be careful with that on this, because the steering is light and it's easy to kind of... And I feel like this thing is so massive that I'm just going to run over someone if I don't quite judge my... where I place it very well.
But it's taking these bumps on this road so much better.
Oh, it's incredible.
I mean, this is the 4th time we've taken this road tonight, and it's just like...
You just don't notice
it. Yeah, it's just having driven the Titan, I drove the Titan, you know, on the highway and in downtown Ann Arbor and all over the place and stuff and off-road. I'm just kind of used right now to just fumbling around. And it's not bad, but this just... we're talking about like good to great, not bad to good.
It's so good to just drive and live with on a daily basis. Yeah, dynamically, this thing is awesome.
I mean, I can hear it in your voice that you just getting back in this, you're like, yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, no, and you know, you've said that this is kind of the truck that elicits an emotional response, and maybe part of that is the exhaust note.
Yeah,
part of that
certainly.
is just like the charm of this.
Yeah.
But no, I did genuinely get excited about this in my review this week because it's just fun. It's an exciting vehicle to drive, and I'm always excited to get behind the wheel of one of these and to test them.
Yep.
And knowing that, you know, it may not quite be the same in the next couple years makes me appreciate this a little bit more for what it is and what it has been, and also driving your dad's with, you know, over 100,000 miles on it, and the supercharger was pretty awesome, and just being able to see like, hey, here's how one of those trucks holds up over the long term. You know, he basically just needs like a new set of brakes on that thing, and
Right.
it feels like a brand new truck. It's pretty awesome.
I'm just gonna drive right over.
I totally took a wrong turn.
That's the irresponsible thing about driving something like this is your brain goes, you know, I could
Yeah.
just go over. Yeah, this truck's by no means perfect.
No.
And there are certainly things that other trucks do a lot better, but kind of don't care.
This is the truck you buy if you need a truck and you want a Toyota and you want a TRD. These are really desirable because they're hard to find. They're good, but if you just like want a truck because you've always wanted a truck, you're probably going to get one of the US offerings, and you're going to lease it and you're going to get a good deal. But this, you're going to keep it forever, you know, because it has that feel and this timeless driving experience and you know, feature suite or lack thereof. And
It's the truck for people who are sick of taking their F-150s or Silverados in for warranty repairs and new cam lifters and infotainment screen blackouts and all this stuff. And they're like, you know what? I just want to buy a truck now. I'm 35 and I just want to own it until I'm 60.
yeah, this will
And
do
then
it.
give it to my kids.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Just get it rust proofed. That's all.
Yeah. Then you're good to go.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, that's going to wrap up our thoughts. I think, you know, nothing revolutionary here. It's about what you'd expect. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed these videos. It's just nice driving this thing and listening to it. This has like a little bit of like an intake whistle too, at like mid to light throttle.
That's one of my only annoyances about it.
It sounds like a turbo. I think it's kind of cool.
It kind of does,
but
it's
it also
just
sounds a
always
little.
there.
It's
It's
NVH.
like a high pitched.
Yeah.
Just sort of always there noise. And
It's
yeah,
weird
I mean,
because NVH that Toyota I feel like would have addressed already.
well, and the weird thing is the 2015 supercharged Tundra makes the same sound, and I always just attributed it to the supercharger.
yeah.
But then I got in this, and I was like, uh-oh, this doesn't do it. No, I mean, I think you're right. I think if you were going to maybe take a cross-country road trip, you would certainly be inclined to climb into that.
The Titan is a little bit easier to live with on the highway. And
Right, but, I mean, an hour or less, or you know, a few hours tooling around, definitely anything off-road, you just, like, you grab the keys to this.
yeah, if you're gonna do a road trip though, you don't need a truck. Take a Prius because this gets 10 miles to the gallon. Yeah, my only complaint about this Tundra, really, like real complaint, no grab handle for the driver's side
It's a strange omission.
entry.
Something
Yeah,
that
it is weird.
I'd like to ask the Japanese engineer that made the call to be like, no, it's better off without.
Every entrance, you know, every passenger has a grab handle. This you just have to grab onto the steering wheel, which I guess is fine.
And I think that contributes to seat entry wear.
Oh,
because
totally,
You're
yeah.
not picking yourself up quite as much
Yeah.
and over it, whereas you could go like, whoop.
I mean, that's the one point in your dad's truck.
Yeah, the
that
seat
side
is
bolster
destroyed.
is really destroyed. Yeah.
Yep, that's the only wear in the
So-
whole inside of the truck.
Yep.
Yeah.
And of course, these side sills are totally like an aftermarket afterthought. But honestly, this is a TRD. Go out and buy some rock guards. You know.
Yeah. I bet we could take these off in an afternoon.
Oh yeah, 4 bolts.
Yeah.
Zip, zip, zip.
Yep.
You're done. So cool. All right, we'll wrap it up there. That's enough of the truck stuff. Let's get some
Keep going
sports
all
cars.
day.
It's warm.
Yeah.
Let's get some convertibles. See you guys later.